Hello everyone, I'm Cherry with the Toiec Anh Đạt Agricultural Report. The United States is making the first major changes in its food safety rules since the 1930s. A new law called the Food Safety Modernization Act will govern all foods, especially meat, poultry, and some egg products. It calls for increased government inspections of food processors, and it lets the Food and Drug Administration order the recall of unsafe foods. That agency has only been able to negotiate with manufacturers to remove produce from the market. The new law also increases requirements for imported foods, but the law excludes small farmers and processors from the same rules as larger producers, and it does not require sellers at farmers' markets and food stands to meet the highest requirements. That pleases Sugar Proman, Director of National Sustainable Agriculture Coalition. She said, a one-size-fits-all approach would have pushed more farmers and ranchers out of the business, or it would have prevented them from providing local produce, healthy and fresh for consumers. The Consumer Federation of America says it generally pleased with the new law, so is much of the food industry. But Republican Representative Jack Kingston of Churchill questioned whether enough people get sick from foods to justify the spending. The legislation could cost the government almost $1.5 billion over 5 years. In December, federal officials lowered their estimate of how many Americans each year get sick from the food. The new estimates are 8 million, or 1 of 6 people. 128,000 are hospitalized, and 3,000 died. The our estimate includes 76 million illnesses and 5,000 deaths. Experts at the Center of Disease Control and Prevention made their last estimates in 1999. Officials say the difference is largely a result of improvement in data and research methods. They say the two estimates cannot compare to measure trends. Yet one thing not changed. About 18% of illnesses spread by food are still listed as having a cause by unspecified agents. In other words, no one really knows which bacteria, virus, or other organisms were responsible. But in case with a no case, the experts say Salmonella is responsible for more than 3/3 of hospitalization, and it causes more than 1/4 of deaths. For Toiec Anh Đạt Economist Report, I'm Cherry.